Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the monthly forecast for Leo for October 2018. How are you doing, Leo? Right, okay. First of all, before I start your reading, I don't know if any of you have seen my new look website. If you haven't, please get yourself over and have a look and tell me what you think. It's now lovebuddhatarot.com, and there are lots of different new things available on it. So please let me know. And if anybody does want a personal reading with me, please click the link below, which will take you to the booking. October is going to be a little bit limited for my availability. There will be a little bit, but I have some personal things to attend to. So, like I say, if you do want a reading in October, then it's best to get sort of signed up first, and then you know that it's guaranteed. Okay, so if anybody does want that, just click the link below and you can get a personal reading with me. So, right, Leo, like I say, we're going into October. It's getting a little bit calmer, you know. I mean, this year has been insane, absolutely insane. So I'm going to go with what I've been picking up psychically for you first, and then we will look at your cards, okay? So, right, the first thing I'm getting when I'm psychically, what was coming through for you, is I really feel it's almost like wisdom comes with age and experience as well. And it's almost like I see you looking at a situation differently to how you used to, okay? So it's almost like I feel where there's been tunnel vision in the past, it's almost like you seeing both sides of a situation, being an observer rather than actually just looking at, you know, in your peripheral vision sort of thing. And I feel, like I say, there's this age that comes with it, and it's almost like now understanding things in a much better way than what you did. And it's almost like I feel here as well, it's a kind of not being prepared to see everything. This is it, being prepared to see the bigger picture. So it's almost like you're seeing this bird's eye view of things, and you're seeing that, you know, there are a lot of possibilities where at one time you may have been, like I say, tunnel visioned down this one path. This is the path I'm going, this is what I want, and I'm going to do everything I can to get there. Now it's almost like your horizons have broadened, and you're seeing that, you know what, when we take a bird's eye view, when we go up and we look at the situation, it doesn't seem as big. When we're in it, that's our ego, okay? So if you ever picture yourself, if you're going thinking about a situation and you picture yourself in it, you know, and that is that your eyes are the eyes that you are seeing through, that is when you're working from your ego. When you're working from your soul, you see as an observer, so you are watching yourself interact in this situation. So what this is saying is when we take a bird's eye view and we look at it from above, it's only tiny, whereas when we're in it, it's all consuming. So the further and the higher we get, and this is with knowledge, you know, with our connection to spirit, and it's also our education as well, you know, we can see that, hold on, that which we thought was our world is only a tiny, tiny little bit of our world, you know. And like I say, it does not revolve around that. There is so much more that we can branch out and we can see. So this is it's all about how you're seeing things as well. And it might be that in the past you haven't seen eye to eye, or you haven't seen somebody else's point of view, whereas now you can see that, okay? And this, I think, is going to make your life a lot easier by doing this. I feel here it's almost like both wanting the same conclusion of happiness, but you know, we're fighting for it in some way. Now it's kind of right, okay, this is it, happiness is the most important thing. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel the road ahead, or you know, something that you may want to aspire to, or you may be heading in that direction, or something that you want to do now. It might not be easy, okay? But like I say, when you see from this bird's eye view, you can see that all of these mountains that you've got to climb are not huge. When you're standing at the bottom of them, they look huge and it looks like, I can't do this. When you look from above, it's everything is smaller, and you can see that it's like you're putting everything into bite-size chunks, okay? But you're seeing everything in bite-sized chunks as well. So it's like I say, problems that seemed huge now no longer seem as big, and you know that you can tackle them if you put the effort in. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So right, I'm going to go straight with your tarot now and see what this says. So I feel when I'm looking at this, okay, there seems to be an indecision, okay? This is it. It's almost like you're seeing things in a different way, but there's still this hesitation, this indecision, like, okay, what do I do? I feel this is connected around a relationship, okay? But I don't feel this is a relationship where it's everything is hunky-dory. And it's almost like I feel in this relationship you've had a power, or there's been somebody that has had power within it, okay? And it's almost like I'm seeing this as things are changing, okay? This could have changed in the last year. This could have changed in this last moon. It's almost like it's kind of, there's something written in the stars here, because they're showing me planets all moving around. And I feel this could be you and somebody, or somebody and somebody. It's something connected with you, but it's almost like spinning in different directions, okay? So not being on the same page. But like I say, with this new knowledge now, you can look at it and say, right, okay, this is perhaps because we're not meant to be on the same page, or we're not meant to be on the same path, kind of thing. And I feel that where there was once security, that is not there now, okay? This safe space is not there now. And it's almost like you've been hanging around, okay? This is it, like being a little bit in limbo. I mean, there's some really, really powerful, important cards coming in with this. So I really feel this month and this year has been very, very important for you, Leo, in a lot of ways. So there's somebody been hanging around here, and I don't know if there's somebody left and come back, or left and come back, or somebody leaving, or something like that. But it's almost like the dynamics are changing here, okay? But the dynamics are changing because there isn't this need for power neither. There isn't this need for control. And I feel it's almost, this is about the truth. Not this person's truth, not this person's truth, but the actual truth, which is split down the middle. Which when I was looking at that, it was saying this path to happiness. Some of you, there could be divorce involved or around with this, okay? And it's almost like I say, when we're in there, sorry, there's a mosquito there, the bloody mosquitoes there, the bane of my life. It's almost like I feel this could happen something could be said about this in this month, in October, and then the wheels are going to be in motion in November. So November is looking very, very important, but it's almost like November is the action time. This is the plan, and this is the right, okay, how is this going to happen? You know, how can we set this ball rolling, kind of thing? And I feel this need for power, or this need for control, is going to be taken in a different way, or it's going to be put in the hands of the authorities. So it's going to be given to somebody who has the power in order to make this right, because there is no right and wrong decision, this, okay? What this is talking about is a new beginning. And I feel this new beginning, it's almost like I say, October, November, December, January, you know, this is it. And there's this right, okay, we're going to work together because we both want the same goal. But the goal is a separate goal, but it's almost like having to come together to get that, to then separate. It's really strange. It's almost like swimming this. It's almost like doing the breaststroke, you know, which is quite gentle. So there's a gentleness in here. There is no fire. There is no chaos or destruction. It's almost like a parting of ways, or a parting of waves. I don't know. Who was it that done the parting of ways? Was Moses, wasn't it? Because I feel that this is, like I say, this is communicating, but communicating on a level where you can actually get what you want. So, you know, if this is around relationships or whatever, it's there, you know, and it's doing it with an open heart and with an open mind as well, you know, and this is where the communication is coming from. So it's not right, okay, I want to win this and I want to fight, and it's not egoic. It's actually right. Okay, this is taking a grown-up stance at things. Now, remember when I said in the beginning that this is like sort of wisdom comes with age. So it's this is it. It's being grown up. It's being adult about a situation here, because it's almost like you need to be an adult. You need to be an adult and get this sorted out and then you can go back to being like a child and feeling like a child again and feeling this freedom and feeling this, my life has so many possibilities and, it's infinite possibilities, and where do I go and what do I want to do? And I'm really excited for the future, rather than actually like thinking, oh God, it's, what's another year? What's that song? Was that Elvis Costello or something like that? What's another year to someone who's used to be being alone or something? I don't know. I don't know what this song is, but if I remember it, I'll put it in the link below. Because like I say, when I'm seeing this month is the end of burdens. Any heaviness, any responsibility, anywhere you've had to defend yourself, where you feel every day has been a fight. It's almost like it's time to, put that weight down now. Put that weight down. You're going in the direction that you want to choose, and hate is too heavy to carry. So this is it. It's almost like replacing the vision of hate with the vision of happy. Okay, so there's a big change, a big massive shift in this, and I really like this. This may be challenging, but it's not conflicting as well. And I think there may be a little bit fear around you, because it's almost like, wow, this is something new. This is something, I haven't done before. And can I do it? But they're saying, you've got the strength to do this. This is why you have been building your strength. It's almost like you've been at spiritually strong boot camp, over this past year, in order to get you ready, to get you like match fit kind of thing. Because with this strength and what you have learned this year, it's time to cut loose. So it's almost like going off on your own, And it's almost like I say, the ego is going with your situation. And this is, there's two paths, and, this is a crossroads, but it's almost like I feel which direction you need to go in, or you want to go in, and it's like crossroads but not crosswords. So this is when you can be powerful, when there's not ultimatums, then there's not anything like that. It's just like, this is how I want to go, where I want to go, and this is how I can do it. Okay, so it's like I say, there's a real flow coming in with this, which I like, but this flow is flowing you into a new life and a new way of being, which has been a long time coming. It's almost like, these changes are inevitable, and it's, when we try and cling on, or when we try and cling on to something, and a lot of times this is because we're in fear. If we need to cling on, then something is not ours anyway, and it's almost like you don't have to hold on to something, that is there. But now it's almost like a letting go and letting God kind of thing, where there's this surrender, but it's a surrender that's done with heart. It's almost like a really conscious decision that is going to help you to create something new. And this is something that I think you've been waiting for quite some time. So it's almost like you've looked back at the past, as I keep saying, this bird's eye view. You've looked back at the past and kind of made peace with it in a way. And seeing that, hold on, that what I was holding on to is not where my happiness lies. So it's almost like going in search of this happiness, in search of healing as well. And I feel that there's kind of I don't want to say collaboration, but it's almost like see somebody seeing it the same way as you here, and almost like, yeah, handing you the keys, to get in this car. But this is because this communication has been clear. This might be something that has tried to be worked at. The work hasn't worked, so it's almost like, right, okay, this is, I don't want to be like marred with disappointment or something like that. This is really, really healthy. I'm looking at with this. There's a real healthy balance coming in, and I feel, where there's been like chaos and arguments and confusion, it's now going to be cleared, or you are clear that, that this is it. This is a real, this is a cleansing. There's a cleansing coming in with this. And like I say, instead of holding on, you're letting go. It's almost like letting these ideas come. Trusting in spirit. Some of you might have had a bit of a spiritual awakening or something. I'm getting the book there, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if any of you have read it, but I remember reading that years and years ago, and I read it and I was so in my ego, and I was like, I want to read this book because I want to understand why other people do what they do, blah, blah, blah. And with every page I read, I was getting a slap in my face. It was like, whoa. And it made me look at myself. But once I looked at myself, then I could understand the part I'd played in my unhappiness and my uncomfortableness. And I could also see where other people that were involved in this, God, this was about 12 years ago, I think, when I wrote that. And I go back every year and I read it just to refresh, But it was quite refreshing to actually see things from an all round, like as an observer, rather than why is this happening to me, because then I realized that, right, okay, I can see why this is happening. And I need to stop this control of it. And this is what I'm seeing and feeling massively within this reading. And it's almost like this is giving yourself the gift of love, and giving like self-love. And also, it's like saying, here, I love you, then let you go. This is what I'm kind of saying here. There's a real, where there's been darkness, there's going to be light, and you're going to be lighter because you're letting go of this load and letting go of this control as well. So, you're no longer scared. There's no fear here. There's no fear around your emotions. It's almost like your head is more filled with ideas now, which is fantastic. So this month is about this taking this big breath out, okay, and letting everything that's been like pent up for a long time, letting it go, okay. And this is when you will feel powerful, when you're clinging on to something, when you're holding it tight. This is where you have anxiety. And when you, like I say, there's this, when we need to hold on to something or keep something like attached to us, that is because we have a fear of letting it go. Whereas, well, if we step into our power and say, okay, you're free to do whatever you want, that anxiety from us is just stripped. So I do see there's an ending here, but this ending is great because what this ending is doing is putting the end to any turmoil, to any emptiness that's there, to any codependency, to anything that has been a struggle as well. And it's allowing your heart to be free to go off in new pursuits, and allowing you, and I feel there's somebody else involved here, allowing both of you to have a vision for the future, and seeing that there are so many opportunities there, when something is dead in the water, then you need to leave it and move on. And this is the kind of light bulb moment that I'm getting for this month. And when this happens, this is when there's this gratitude, this like, God, I'm not losing everything. Look at what I'm gaining here. So it's a complete switch in perspective, like a complete 180 here. And you realize that the source of your sadness has not been the situation. It's been how you have addressed this situation. Okay. So how you have been blocking what is trying to happen organically, okay, and how this has been robbing you of your future and future happiness. So it's like this month you're being let out of the cage, and it's like, right, okay, this is ball rolling time. You know, this is part of my journey, and I realize that this experience is leading me to experience full joy, and I am ready to take that because I am ready for joy. I have had the disappointment, the disillusionment, the pain, you know, I've had the unhappiness, I've had all of that, and now just give me the happiness, you know, give me the happiness, give me the joy, give me the celebrating life. Okay, and this is what I see coming in this month, because it's almost like I see you putting any weapons down and just saying, and that's a surrender, you know, and this is beautiful because surrender will bring serenity for you, okay? And this is where your security lies too. So in surrendering, you will get serenity and you will get the security that you have been sort of looking at in the wrong way. And I feel financial as well. I don't know why that, but yeah, this isn't, you know, this is when you are winning. If it's been intent on winning, this is when you are winning. You know, you've been to that battle and you've come out victorious, but you've come out victorious without sort of, you know, a bloody battleground. It's like, right, okay, you know, this is it. It's almost like peace talks, I feel, you know, and when you are at peace within yourself and when you talk, your words will be very different to what they are when you are at war. Wow, that's quite profound. Thank you for that. So, yeah, I'm going to pull a spirit card for you and see. I feel this year, you know, that all of these crazy, crazy changes that have been going on, they've really, really taught us so much about ourselves and about life. So many people I'm talking to in this way as well, you know. Yeah, this is saying here, you know, positive outcome. And it's saying have faith, trust, there is hope. The forces of love are at work behind the scenes. Expect a joyous and positive outcome with this. And like I say, look at that woman. She's just lying back. She's not in any way trying to control. She is aligned. And when she is aligned, this is when she is in the flow. Okay. And this is the flow around. This is pink. So this is, she is flowing from a place of love, not a place of fear. And that's what they say within A Course of Miracles, you know. A miracle occurs when we change our perception from fear to love. And in that split second, this is how wars stop. You know, this is how a war you may have been inhabiting stops, you know, and this is when the fight stops and you are free to then pursue other pursuits. So I hope that makes sense to you, Leo. What a gentle feeling with this. Yeah, you've learned a big lesson. There's a big lesson learned here. I was talking to one of my friends the other day who's a Leo, and I actually said to her, I said, you know what? I'm so proud of you, you know, because a few years ago, her situation, she would have been, you know, like that. Like I say, the Leo, the strength, the fighting, but she's seeing it in a different way, very similar to this, actually, you know, and like I say, she said, I'm proud of myself as well, which is lovely. So please let me know if that makes sense, Leo. And like I say, if anybody does want a personal reading with me, please just click the link below, and there is a little bit availability for October. But apart from that, well done. I really like that reading, and please let me know how it resonates with you. Okay, have a fabulous month, Leo. Satnam.